Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Daily Fantasy Digest Podcast, the all-inclusive podcast where we talk all things fantasy sports to help give you an edge. I am your host, Joe Beaver, and I'm going to be breaking down this 7-game Monday MLB main slate for you here today. It's a short slate on Monday, a lot of edge to be had. Just do a quick recap. Pretty much had a great breakdown all week last week. Hit a few dinger calls. Everything was great. Took off yesterday on Sunday. Just enjoyed the day. So we're back this whole week with more breakdowns. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's jump into this breakdown right here. We got two pitchers above 10K, Clayton Kershaw and Giolito. I don't expect either of them to really be chalk because I feel like you can get some incredible upside out of some pitchers just for such a cheaper price. SP1 for me is going to be John Gray today. In a pitcher's-friendly ballpark in San Francisco, going up against a terrible defense. Had a little hiccup here against San Diego, but I think it's going to be a high K game, double-digit K game for John Gray. Should be the chalkiest pitcher on a slate, in my opinion. I'm actually not interested in any of these other pitchers on the slate. I'm only interested in Eduardo Rodriguez as SP2, going up against the White Sox in Fenway. He's just been putting on a show as of late. Been limiting the amount of runs scored. Very high K upside. Easily can get you that 30 plus. Pitching performance if he keeps the runs down. I think this is a great spot for Rodriguez. So I think this is how I'm going to, roll with my lineup come lock tomorrow. There's two main bat stacks. Two or three depending on weather tomorrow. Chalkiest bat stack is definitely going to be the New York Yankees, going up against Sanchez on the Toronto Blue Jays. Something I want to point out right away, Aaron Hicks is far too cheap for where he hits in the lineup, and just how he's been playing lately. I know Judge and Stanton have come back, but I think Aaron Hicks as well as Stanton being way too cheap at 4,500. I know Stanton hasn't been exactly who he used to be, but it's an easy play for me, as well as Didi Gregorius. If he does get the call and he does play, I do love Didi Gregorius tomorrow at 3,700. I think that you can switch between Hicks and Didi if you only want to play two Yankees. But Stanton for me is the lock of the Yankees. Now, I'm going to mention a stack here. It's Cleveland Indians. There's a weather concern for the game tomorrow, and I'm not going to include it in this video, but they are my second favored bat stack. I think that they're just in a great spot tomorrow against Brad Keller. Current over-under is at 10 right now, but the weather is a bit concerning tomorrow, so I don't want to include them in. But if they do end up playing, I will play Kipnis 100%, Ramirez 100%, and Jake Bauers 100%. All of them are way too low. Jose Ramirez has just been going off lately. Stolen base upside is through the roof. Kipnis has had himself some homers in the past few games. So I really like Kipnis tomorrow as well as Lindor, if you can fit him in. But for the sake of this video and for the sake of weather, I would rather go with the games that I know are definitely going to play. Just so if there's a chance of a rain delay, you at least still have a lineup to go off of. But if Cleveland does play, I love those players from Cleveland. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves here as my second favorite stack going up against John Lester. It's going to be a windy day in Chicago tomorrow, and it's going to be blowing out, so the homers are just going to be insane. Really love Dansby Swanson if you end up not going for Didi Gregorius. Really love Dansby Swanson. I love Josh Donaldson. Love Ronald Acuna Jr., I love both of these guys tomorrow to go yard. They've been going off as of late. Look at Josh Donaldson's numbers here. They're just incredible over the past 4 games. He's got 2 homers. He's just been going off lately. And Lester's been struggling this season. We've seen that firsthand. So I think that you can also play Ozzie Albies, who's been going off as well. That puts you at roughly 3K. But like I said, on this channel, we always pay down for catcher. So if you were to scrape the barrel with somebody like Danny Jansen, you're at 3,900 for a first baseman. It leaves you plenty of room for somebody on Red Sox, Philly, whatever you may choose, even another Brave player. It leaves you plenty of room, even somebody on Cleveland, for somebody, of that caliber player. I think paying down for catcher, like I mentioned in past breakdowns, is just the way to go, especially on these short slates. You can get a lot more firepower at other positions, but I think Atlanta and New York are going to be incredible for this video. I love Albies. Josh Donaldson, and Ronald Acuna. And then for the Yankees, I love Stanton to go yard tomorrow for the first time coming back. Aaron Hicks, and then Didi Gregorius as well, who are just far too cheap. And then for pitcher, I love John Gray and Eduardo Escobar. It's exactly pretty much what my lineup's going to look like come tomorrow, especially for pitching. As far as hitting, I will switch out Albies and potentially Aaron Hicks for somebody like Jake Bowers and Jason Kipnis. So those are the players that I really like tomorrow from the Indians, if you can fit them in, as well as Jose Ramirez, who is just far too cheap. So if the Cleveland Indians do play, just keep in mind that the stack will switch to more of a Cleveland-favored stack, but still mixing in some of those Braves as well. So yeah, I'm going to, as always on this channel, we do a dinger of the day call. Who's going to hit a homer? For me tomorrow, it's going to be the thumbnail of this video. It's going to be Giancarlo Stanton. I think he goes yard tomorrow off Sanchez with ease. And I think it's going to be a great game for Stanton tomorrow, especially from a DFS standpoint. He's only 4,500. He's far too cheap for the matchup. So yeah, this is roughly what my lineup's going to look like come tomorrow. I just want to get you guys a quick breakdown out. So I would appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button on YouTube. If you're on Apple Podcasts as well, subscribe as well. Leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think of the breakdown. And if you wouldn't mind stopping over on Twitter, giving us a follow at @FantasyDigest_. Stay up to date with all the tweets that we tweet out prior to lock, as well as any updates on videos and giveaways. We will be doing a giveaway soon for some apparel, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, as always, good luck to everybody tomorrow, and we'll see you next time on the Daily Fantasy Digest.